this is the requirement of SSIS guys. This is the requirement of SSIS. I am going to share this file with you. So very simple requirement. Source table is having this table and target table is having these two tables. Customer table is in a source. Customer 1 and customer 2 is in the target. Very simple requirement. For practice purpose, we are observing this project. So you guys are very new to understand the ETL flow and ETL pipeline, or you can say the ETL codes. That's why we are observing this small type of codes. So the requirement is like in customer table you have the column first name, middle name, last name, date of birth, gender, and customer ID. Same column is in customer one table. Same column is in customer two table. No other specific requirement is there. We just have to load the customers, male customers in table number 1 and female customers in table number 2. This is the simple requirement. Again I am saying this. In source we have the customers, male customers, female customers, all the customers are present in your source table. The count of customers are 18,484. Out of them, out of them, out of them, some of the records, some of the records of male customer, some of the records of female customer. We just need to split the data. Male customers data should be loaded into the customer one table. Female customers data should be loaded into the customer 2 table after executing the ETL code. So this is the simple requirement. This is the simple requirement. I am going to share this file with you. This is the simple requirement, guys. Again, I am going to give you the script, guys. First is the database script. It is going to create the tables and the data in your source table. So I am going to drag and drop it over your SSMS. So just select all the script, guys. It is showing me to connect the server. Just select all the script with Control A and click on execute button. Click on execute button. It will take 25 to 30 seconds to run the script, as we have many records in a table, in a source table. So it will take 25 to 27 seconds. So script executed successfully, query executed successfully. You can refresh the data and you can observe SSIS here. I am refreshing the database and you guys can observe SSIS database is present. So under this you have the three tables. This is your source table and below are the target tables where we need to load the data. And you guys can observe, here is the query, here is the records which are present in your source table. I'm going to close this script. We have successfully created the database and the tables and its data also. So you can close this script now. Again open script number 2, which is the testing script, guys, which we are using for testing purpose. So first of all, select the SSIS as your active database, as I have already selected this. But for the many of the candidates, master is the default database which is created, guys. So if you have run the queries, it will show you the error like this. So no database object is present. Okay. In my source customer table also, the customer in my master database also, customer table is present. That's why it is showing the table like this. But make sure, if you are using the specific database, then specific database should be active. In our case, SSIS should be the active database. And here you can observe the source table, which is having the 18,484 rows. So in a source table only, we are firing these queries. We are finding the record counts of male and female. So male record count is 9,351. Female record count is 9,133. So these record we are expecting to load into the target system. So So for now, as of now, we don't have any data in customer 1 and customer 2 table. We are having the data only in a source table. So we have observed the data and we have observed the data and we are aware about what we are expecting after executing the ETL code. That means in customer 1 table, 9,351 records should be present. In customer 2 table, 9,133 records should be present after executing the ETL code. For now, no records are present. So immediately we are going to start writing the ETL code in your Visual Studio SSIS integration service project. So to create the new package in your existing project, you can you can right click on your SSIS package option folder, and here the first option is SSIS CS package. So click on here. The new package is created. I am going to rename it to SSIS CS. So the step is same, guys. So the step is same. So the step is same. So the steps are the same. In a control flow, you need to drag and drop the control flow task. Double click on control flow. Drag and drop the source assistant in your data flow task. Here you need to connect to your server. Here SQL Server option is here. You are going to create the new connection. I am going to click on OK button. One more pop-up of connection manager is going to open. From this connection provider drop down, you have to select the OLEDB provider for SQL Server. I am going to put the server name here, and the database list should be populated. Make sure, guys, you have entered the correct server name. Then and only then database list will be will be here. And here we are interested for SSIS, guys. So I'm going to click on SSIS. I am going to click on test connection. Message should be displayed like test connection succeeded. Just click on OK. Click on OK. Here you have successfully added the source assistant. I am going to rename it as it is our source table. It is showing us this red mark because we have not selected the table here. So select the customer as your source table, and the next step is to add the one component, one ready-made component we are using from the transformation, which is conditional split. I am going to drag and drop it in our design window. Connect this blue arrow to your conditional split. I am going to open it, and we have to define two conditions here. One is for male, one is second is for female. So column name is gender, guys. Gender, and we have to put the condition like this for male, similarly for female. So this is how we have to define the conditions in conditional split. You have many options available here, guys, for conditional split, but as a tester's point of view, I'm not going to explain this in a details. Just for as I told, just for practice purpose we are observing this. You have many things for your conditional split. Developers are using these options. You, as a tester, you have nothing to do with it. As a tester, you don't have edit access also for this code. You just have access to run the code. Again, we have successfully added the source component. Right now we have added transformation component, and we need to add the destination component now. So add this, drag this destination assistant in your design. Same process as we have observed to add the source assistant. To add the source, same process is for destination. Enter the server name, select the correct database, click on test connection, click on OK button, and successfully your target component is added. You can simply control C and control V on your means control sorry, you can easily copy or paste the components. I am going to select the tables later. This will show you the option. This will show you the red mark. I, component name should be different. That's why it is showing the error. It is not allowed the same component name. So I am going to give conditional split output for mail to customer 1. I am going to give conditional split output for email for customer 2. Default means it is going to nothing going to filter. All the data which is coming to the conditional split goes to the default option. So we have to select the tables, guys. That's why it is showing the red cross mark. We have to select the table. We have to select the table. Make sure, guys, you're selecting the correct table, which is customer 1. Also check the mapping. Also check the mapping. Also check the mapping. It's tester's responsibility to check the mapping also. Source, these are the source column. These are the destinations column. Okay. As you guys are observed, the column names are same. That's why it is by default it is taken the correct. That's why it is taken the correct. But in the many of the cases, it is not going to take by default. Developer has to connect it manually. So if this kind of things are there, guys, then obviously code will run successfully, but last name's data is loaded into will be loaded into the middle name, and middle name's data will be loaded into the last name. That's why I am explaining again. As a tester, we need to check the mappings like this. As a tester, we need to check the mappings like this, guys. And click on OK button. Click on OK button. Select the customer 2. Select the customer 2. Select the customer 2 table here. Check the mapping again. Okay, else it will show you the error. Click on OK button, and this is how successfully we have successfully created the code for SSIS. Again, observe the data in customer 1 and 2. Nothing is here. Now I am going to execute the code from SSIS from Visual Studio. SSIS code I am going to execute. It will show you the proper number, which what number of records coming to the conditional split component. After that, what are the records what are the records loaded into the customer 1 table and customer 2 table. It is clearly showing here. And same thing after execution, after successful execution of ETL code, we are just observing the count as, and you guys can observe it is working as expected. Okay, so just do the practice on this part, guys. And as a tester in ETL code, we should aware about. I am going to explain it. What are the tester's tasks in ETL tool? Tester should aware about the tester should aware about the tester should aware about the tester has to check source server, source database, source table. These three things. Similarly, as a tester, you need to check. As a tester, you need to check target server. In our case, as we are practicing the things, so our server is same, but server can be different. So you need to check the server name. You need to check the database name. You need to check the target table, target server, target database, and target table. These three things you need to check. And one more thing, guys, one more thing, you also aware about the option to execute the ETL code. Sorry, one thing I have missed the mapping. Okay, as a tester, you should aware about how to check the mappings also. In our case, very small table is there. Seven, 8 columns are there, guys, having the similar name. But in real time, you can have the table with 40, 50, 70 columns, and for this 40, 60, 70 columns, you need to check the mapping very carefully before executing the ETL code. Okay, so in some of the cases, in many cases, not some of the case, in many cases, developer has missed that options. Tool is taking the mapping of the columns by default, and many of the cases it is wrong, guys. So that's why I'm explaining again and again. As a tester, it's our responsibility to check the mapping of input and destination column. And this is the this is the option you are aware about, guys, how to execute the ETL code. This this thing ETL tester should aware about. So what are the things ETL tester should aware about in ETL tool? How to how to how to check the source server, source database, source table, how to check the target server, target database, target table, and one seventh thing is how to check the mapping, and last thing is how to run the ETL code from our ETL tool. These 7 8 things you should aware about every ETL tool. Okay, so this is about the Visual Studio, and we have successfully completed the SSIS CS code, guys, and the data is successfully populated in your target table. Okay,